Earlier today, I came across the syllogism made by an open theist claiming that freedom and infallible foreknowledge are incompatible. They use this syllogism to explain why they're an open theist. The syllogism fails at premise two. Just because an action will certainly happen does not mean that the person cannot do otherwise in the sense of real potency or contingency. The agent retains the natural liberty to act otherwise, even if, under God's infallible providence, he will not. God's knowledge reflects what will truly happen, but it does not cause it. As Charnock puts it, though the foreknowledge of God be infallible, yet it doth not necessitate the creature in acting. They voluntarily run into such courses, not by any impulsion. In other words, divine foreknowledge does not abolish liberty. It simply infallibly apprehends what that liberty will choose. It is true that if God infallibly knows something, it will certainly happen, but certainty is not the same as coercive necessity. Many confuse the necessity of the consequence, that is, if God foreknows it, then it must happen, with the necessity of the consequent. The act itself is necessary in its nature and cannot be otherwise. The former is perfectly compatible with freedom, the latter is not. This is precisely why Charnock could say that Adam did freely break this law and never imagine that the foreknowledge of God did necessitate him to it. He could find no cause of his own sin, but the liberty of his own will. Moreover, God's foreknowledge is not causative, but apprehensive. Louis Leblanc affirms this same principle. Divine foreknowledge imposes no necessity on things, for it is not the cause of things, but rather the things themselves can be said to be the cause of divine foreknowledge in a certain manner. God knows events because they will happen. They do not happen because God knows them. This is why Louis Leblanc says that Judas's betrayal, though foreknown, was still freely chosen. Judas, whom God foreknew would betray Christ, could have chosen to not betray Christ if he had so willed. God's foreknowledge did not impose a necessity on him to betray Christ. If Judas had not betrayed Christ, the betrayal would not have been foreseen. Divine foreknowledge is perfectly accurate and eternal, but not causative or coercive. In short, God's knowledge does not change the nature of things. The open theist syllogism collapses precisely because it wrongly assumes in premise two that the certainty of an event implies the necessity of the consequent. That is, that because something will certainly happen, it must necessarily and could not have been otherwise in its nature. And it wrongly assumes in premise three that if something cannot be otherwise in the order of providence, then the agent has no real potency or liberty to do otherwise in the order of nature.